Welcome back. Day 7. It's a Wednesday. It's June 10th, and we're on page 13 and 14. Now, algebra. We've got exponents. We've got to distribute and put it all together. We have this standard form. We got to break it apart and find the factors, okay? Just like the bridge that I built out of toilet paper rolls. It's made up of parts. Those parts are all important because those are the solutions. So, yesterday I showed you the factors. How do we take the factors and make standard form? How do we take standard form to find the factors? I love today's assignment. Many of you might remember today's assignment because we hand it out 2 or 3 times a year in algebra. Okay. Factors, zeros, solutions, x-intercepts. Now, it's not quite fair for me to say that they're all synonyms, but they are all related. They're the key pieces when we're doing algebra, okay? If I throw the ball up and I catch it, when I threw it up, that's a 0. It's not moving. When it stopped moving, that's a 0. 0 motion. Those zeros are the solutions to the problem. That's what we're looking for. And halfway, the peak, the maximum, right here, that is why we do the math, so we can describe that motion. All right, so let's get started on today. Factors, zeros, solutions. The x-intercepts. We had a calculator. Just hit graph and find out where it crosses. Now, the example I want to use, okay, is something that crosses at -3 and +2, okay? So, I'm just making this up, okay? It crosses at -3 and +2, and we'll make it cross right here. Okay? And that'll be our y-intercept, all right? So, grab yourself just a sheet of paper. As a matter of fact, today's assignment is on this one sheet. It's just a matching practice sheet and a daily doodle. Cool, daily doodle. All right, that must mean we don't have a lot of math today. All right, okay. Now, I drew this. I'm going to draw another shape that has the same x-intercepts, okay? And I'm just going to, remember how we do this? Reflect it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Make that a 3, make that a -3. Bring this down. Bring this down. Okay? They're just reflected. All right. Let's label all of these important parts. Okay? First of all, this is an x-intercept. Okay? So let's start marking it up. X-intercept. We have an x-intercept at -3. We have an x-intercept at +2. Okay? Cool. The zeros. It is 0 when x is -3. It is 0 when x is -2. That's the y value. The solutions. The solutions are when the value of y is 0. No motion. The ball stops moving. I throw it up, I catch it. It stopped moving. That's a solution. Okay, now we got to do the factor part. We remember from algebra that at -3, we write it x plus 3. At +2, we write it x minus 2. Go ahead and write those down. Go ahead and write those down. The key to all of the rest of math in Algebra 2 is right here. Okay? So, factor, 0, solution, x-intercept. You writing it down? Okay. All right. If you can get that in your head, that the x-intercept, right there, it crossed, no motion. The St. Louis Arch, no motion, no motion. These are the feet, the legs, okay? Those are the solutions. Those are the zeros. They're called factors, x plus 3, x plus 3. If we write x plus 3 equals 0, -3, -3, x is equal to -3. It's the opposite. Remember last year when we talked about writing it the opposite way? What makes x plus 3 0? -3. What makes x minus 2 0? 2. That's why they're called the zeros. That's why they're called the solutions. That's why they're called the x-intercepts. That's why they're called the factors. The all-important piece in Algebra 2 is right there. Boom. Okay? All right. Let's get on to today's math. It's a short day. They're just a factoring and matching. Okay? Now, you have a column of equations, and they all match up to these graphs. Well, let's just use what we just saw. 0, solution, x-intercepts, the factors. Let's look at the first column where it says y equals negative x plus 2, x minus 3. Remember the key. At -3, we write it x plus 3. At +2, we write it x minus 2. What is the opposite of x plus 2? What makes that a 0? -2. X minus 3. X minus 3. What makes that a 0? The 0, the solution, the x-intercept. It's the opposite. +3. So that's a factor. That's a factor. Okay? We're looking for one of the graphs that crosses at -2 and +3. Now, one little hang up here. This negative sign right there. That negative sign, if you remember your transformations, okay, opens up, opens down. Positive, negative. Every time you see a negative on the side, opens down, or if you see a graph that opens down, look for the negative. So I'm going to write opens down. Okay? Opens down. Cool. Let's just draw it out. We're looking for a graph. Crosses at -2. Crosses at +3. Opens down. Take a moment. Can you find one that does that? -2, +3, and opens down? There's only one that crosses at negative. Oh, there's two of them. There's two that cross at -2, +3. There's two of them. But one opens up, one opens down. Okay? So take a moment, find it. It's on the top far corner. Top far corner. Okay? I'll just write that. Top far corner. Okay? Mark that a number 1. Let's go the other direction. Graph number 1. Let's just look at the graph. Now, some of you are going to like to look at the equation, then go to the graph. Some of you are going to look at the graph and write the equation. Practice. Once you see this graph, write it out. The 0, the solution, the x-intercept. So the x-intercept, +1, 2, 3, 4, +4. Boom. The solutions, x equals 1, x equals 4, Boom. The zeros. Those are the zeros. Positive 1, positive 4. I did it. I did it. I did it. Now how do I write the factors? The opposite. X minus 1, X minus 4. There's the equation. There's the factors. There's the zeros. There's the solutions. There's the x-intercepts. Y equals. Now, when you do it this way, recognize up, down. This is a smiley face. It opens up. Opens up. I'm going to put a giant plus sign here. Plus sign here. Take a moment. Look down the column. X minus 1, X minus 4, minus 1, minus 4. There's two of them. Number 7, X minus 1, X minus 4. Number 8, negative X minus 1, X minus 4. Number 7. Let's write number 7 equation, huh? Cool. All right, step out of the way here. If you have the opportunity to write this down and put it on that note page from probability, this is what Algebra 2 is all about. No matter what the real world problem is, we're going to break it into these pieces. That finishes today. Quick little 5-minute video. Next thing you know, you're just going to match all these up, thinking x-intercept, solution, zeros, factors. Little daily doodle. Hopefully you share with me whatever you draw for the day. Have a great Wednesday.